Good morning, dear students. Now we are continuing with our third chapter, that is fiber to fabric, isn't it? So we have already discussed about what are different types of fibers. There is natural fibers, synthetic fibers and mixed fibers and all. And also discussed their advantages and disadvantages in our life. And we have already studied that what is the importance of natural fiber, that is cotton. Did you remember that? Yeah, cotton is a natural fiber that is obtained from plant. So, here in your textbook there is provided 3 activities to get more familiarized with the process of conversion of fiber to fabric. That we have already studied that there are many processes behind this conversion from fiber to fabric. So, you have the activities in your textbook that you can get more familiarized with that process. So, let me go through that activities. Okay. This is the first activity, which is how to make yarn from cotton. So, in this we need some cotton. First, hold some cotton in one hand. Pinch some cotton between the thumb and the forefinger of other hand. Now, gently start pulling out the cotton while continuously twisting the fiber as shown in the figure. So, we can observe that the fibers from cotton are drawn and at the same time twisted to form cotton yarn. This process is called spinning. Spinning will increases the strength of the fiber. We do this regularly to prepare wick for the earthen lamp from cotton. Now just look into the second activity, that is to make the weaving pattern from paper. So we need 3 sheets of stiff paper of different colors, a scale and a pair of scissors. So how to carry out this activity? First, cut square pieces of 30 cm from each paper. Take one square and fold it into half as shown in the figure. Then draw a light pencil line across the end opposite to the fold, about 1 inch from the edge. Make a series of cuts 1 inch apart from the folded edge to this line. Cut strips of paper 1 inch apart from the other colored square papers. Take a strip and weave it alternately over and under the strips in the first sheet. Then weave the remaining strips one by one through the cuts in the sheet of paper. So, we obtain this pattern after weaving all strips. So, this is all about this activity. Okay. The third activity is that to obtain fibers from a fabrics. So, we need a cotton fabric and a magnifying glass. First, take a piece of cotton fabric. Look at it and now with the help of a magnifying glass, observe this piece. Now find a loose thread or yarn at one of the edges and pull it out. If no loose yarns are visible, gently pull out a yarn with a pin or a needle. Then place the piece of yarn on the table. Now press one end of the yarn with your thumb. Scratch the other end of the yarn along its length with your nail. So, you can observe that the cotton cloth looks like a continuous piece. When we observe with a magnifying glass, we can find that it is not a continuous piece. We can observe that the yarn splits up into thin strands. These thin strands of thread are called fibers. This is made up of number of threads interwoven with each other. This is the third activity for you. Today we are going to discuss the rest of the portion in your textbook. That is, there is a process called knitting. So, in this process of knitting, a single yarn is converted to a piece of fabric. A single yarn is converted to a piece of fabric with the help of a needle. Okay, so knitting needle is used. By using hands, with the help of this knitting needle, the process of knitting is carrying out. Knitting is the process of conversion of a single yarn into a piece of fabric with the help of hands by using knitting needle. That is the process of knitting. Okay, is that clear to you? So next we are moving on to a most important fabric, that is a natural fiber. Okay, the next natural fiber is jute. So as we studied about the natural fiber cotton, and next we are moving to one of the most important natural fiber, that is jute. Okay, so jute is a long, soft and shiny strong thread that is obtained from the stem of this jute plant. Okay, it is also known as patsan or pat in Hindi. Patsan or pat in Hindi. So jute is a strong, shiny and long fiber which is obtained from the stems of jute plant, which is also called as patsan or pat. And jute fiber is also called as golden fiber. Golden fiber. Why it is called so? Because it is golden in color. That's why it is called as golden fiber. Okay. The jute fiber is biodegradable, durable and strong. It is biodegradable, that is, it is degraded biologically. Biodegradable, which will not cause any damage to our environment. Okay. Durable and strong. And strong fiber. In our country, there are many places in which jute is cultivated. West Bengal, then Bihar and Assam. Bihar and Assam were the places in which jute is cultivated in India. So, West Bengal is the largest producer of jute in India. Okay, and Bihar and Assam are also the places where jute is cultivated. In Assam and Bihar, the low-lying areas around the river side of Ganga and Brahmaputra were the places in which jute is cultivated. Okay, now we can see how the cultivation of jute and how we obtain jute fibers. Okay. So we can study cultivation of jute. For the cultivation of jute, it requires hot and humid condition and also high rainfall. Okay, it requires hot and humid condition and also high rainfall. And also it require well drained fertile soil, which can be called as alluvial soil. Well drained fertile soil, which is called as alluvial soil. These are the requirements for the proper growth of jute plant. It requires hot and humid condition and also require high rainfall. And also it is grown in well drained fertile soil, which can be also called as alluvial soil. And during the cultivation, the seeds of these jute plants are sown in March to April season. That is, March to April season is most used for the cultivation of jute. So it is called as rainy season crop, since it is a rainy season period, isn't it? So the crop jute crop is also called as rainy season crop. Rainy season crop. And when it is sown, the seeds are sown, it will grows, and when it reaches around 6 to 12 feet long, it will produces a yellow colored flower in it. Okay, yellow flower. So when the seeds of jute are sown, it will get germinated, and after it reaches a height of 6 to 12 feet, it will produces a yellow colored flower in it, and in this flowering stage it is harvested, or the stems are cut. Okay, so in this stage, the flowering stage, during the flowering stage, the stems are harvested. Why it is harvested so fast? Because during the young stage, the quality of jute is obtained. The quality jute is high quality jute is obtained in this young stage itself. When it is old, the fibers of the jute will become hard and it is difficult to separate from the stem. Okay, that's why it is harvested in much earlier stage, that is in flowering stage. Is that clear to you? Because when it is getting old, it is difficult to separate the fibers from it. That's why it is harvested so early. Okay, and after this harvested, it is made into, the stems are made into bundles. Okay, and these bundles are put into stagnant water. So stagnant water is required. Stagnant water is required to dip the bundles of these jute stems. Okay, so the stems which are made into bundles are kept in stagnant water for 20 days. For 20 days. Okay, and after that bacteria will grow in it. So this bacteria will eat the sticky material which connects the fibers within the stem. There is a sticky material which connects the fibers within the stem. Okay, so the bacteria grown in this stagnant water along with the stem, it will eat the sticky material. So the fibers will get what? It will get separated. Okay, so the bacteria will grow. So when the bacteria grow, it will eat the sticky material that connects the fibers together in the stem of jute. Okay, so after that it will take from the water, and the fibers are easily get separated when it is rotten. Okay, so when the stems are get rot, the fibers are easily get separated from the stem with the by using hand itself. Okay, and it is sun dried and make into bundles and sent to mills. From the mills, it will spun and make into textiles. This is the process of making jute fiber to jute fabric or cloth. Okay. So can I repeat the process once more? The seeds of jute is sown, and when it is grown to a height of 6 to 12 feet, it will flowers, a yellow colored flowers appear, and during this flowering stage it is cut or it is harvested and make into bundle, and it is put into a stagnant water for 20 days, and after when the bacterial growth is appear, it will get rot, and we can separate the fibers with the help of hand itself, and then it is it is sun dried and taken to mill. In the mills it is spun and it will made into textiles. Okay, so this is the process of cultivation of jute and the conversion of jute fiber to jute fabric. Is that clear? Okay. Then we moving on to what are the uses of jute plant. Okay. So what are the uses of jute? Jute is one of the most important fiber after the cotton. Okay, so it is used for making gunny bags and also sacks. Okay, used for making gunny bags and sacks. The high quality jute fiber is also used for making curtains, chair cloths, then carpets, etc. And it is also used for packing linoleum. Okay, for making curtains, carpets, then chair covers, and also for packing linoleum. Okay, and the next most important use is, it is also used for making shopping bags, jewelry, then jute bags, etc. Used for making shopping bags, then jute bags, jewelries, etc. And jute bags are used extensively for packing cereals like wheat, maize, and also jowar. Okay, so jute bags are also used for packing the cereals like wheat, maize, and jowar. Jute bags used for packing cereals like wheat, maize and jowar. So these are all about jute. So today we are discussed about jute and its cultivation. So jute is a most important fiber obtaining plant after cotton, and it is also called as golden fiber. And how to cultivate jute, that we have discussed, and we are also discussed the uses of the jute fiber. Okay, is it clear to you? So the activities regarding this topics will discuss in our after the class, and you must follow all this class correctly, and if you have any doubt you can ask me. So thank you.